Welcome to Story Ideas on the Fly, where we choose a random prompt from the hat and we try to develop it into something that could be turned into a story. Oh. A town is placed under terrible curse. The folks within must speak in verse, and if, alas, they slip anon, they'll die before a minute's gone.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, if we had to speak in verse or we died, sounds dystopian to me.
Yeah.
Everything always sounds dystopian to me, right?
No, but
person.
Yeah.
It's the
I
person.
think it would count as dystopian.
Yeah,
Or
fantasy
cursed
dystopian.
fantasy. Yeah,
Okay,
cursed.
so
Do they also get the supernatural ability to be able to speak in verse fluently, or must they
It would
learn?
be nice, because especially for young kids, you'd prefer not to have little kids, mess up their rhyme and
oh
die.
gosh, yeah, I can see. Well, if you had to have good rhymes, that's a different thing, because if you have to go, okay, I've got to speak in iambic or trochaic or whatever anapastium, and keep a good meter, most people would die pretty quickly. If you just have to make things rhyme,
What are you guys talking about? I can make up a rhyme of something about.
what's that really even a word? Okay, yeah.
They never said it has to be true. I can just make up random words, calabaloo.
Yeah, let's say
I
it
don't
comes
know if
with
that would
some natural
technically work.
propensity to, or with some
But-
natural ability to speak in
Yeah.
verse.
Yes.
Let's
So
assume,
let's
for
assume
the
that
sake
it gives them a natural ability to speak in verse. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So why is it placed under this curse?
Hmm.
Why? Why to speak in verse? I mean, I can
Well,
see
that's a
cursing.
very common curse for fairies
yes.
who break a vow or do something, who break a curse or do.
Yeah, but that's
Not
more like a
really curse,
mark
but-
for them to show that this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's more just like I'm gonna give you fairy wine, and then you have to speak
Yeah.
in verse.
I
Yeah.
mean, some of them speak in verse anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that's
All right.
Okay, this is hard. Okay, so why would we have people having to speak in verse? Oh, let's go a very non-traditional setting.
Okay.
Okay, because the first thing we thought of is, you go fantasy or dystopia because they die if they mess up on something that they're going to mess up on pretty quickly.
yeah, curse.
What if we had this in some kind of like bookland or something?
Okay.
Where
Fairy
people
tale.
are not just fairy tale land, but people are inside of a book. Suppose that these are characters in a children's book or something, and so what they're living is actually writing a
this
story.
is a horrible author.
Yeah, this is. I'd agree with that, except for the fact that they die if they mess up, which is not very children's booky.
Okay, true.
What this
Fair
actually
enough.
strikes to me is some kind of chaotic evil fae. This sounds like fae. Just the whole
Mhm.
speaking in verse. That's
It's
a fae
definitely
thing.
fae.
So
Yes.
you could definitely adapt it to other things, but I'm going to assume fae.
Mhm.
Okay.
But to me, it sounds like some people from this town basically
Upset the wrong fae?
upset the wrong fae, were like super rude or something, and it's just like, and the fae basically decided to curse the town, but
Or I
and
could say that they just got a riddle wrong.
no, this would definitely this. I feel like this should be they upset the fae specifically.
Good
And
point.
so
What
then,
if they made fun of the fae for speaking in verse,
Oh, there we
and that's
go.
I
why
was
the fae
thinking.
cursed
I was
them?
thinking something along the lines of the fake goes. You clearly do not know how to speak properly, so I'm going to force you to speak
Well,
properly.
yeah, I was
type
gonna say,
thing.
but if somebody high up in the kingdom
No, this
made
is
fun,
a town.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a town.
So
Okay, but
Okay,
if
but the
somebody,
people
it's a
in the
town,
town
but
could have made
somebody
fun.
high up in the mayor or whoever, right? Somebody high up in the town made fun of a fae for speaking in verse, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna, I'm gonna curse you so that you have to."
Curse the whole town to speak in verse. That'll show
Right.
them not to tease me.
Right. Now,
Not to make fun of my.
obviously, a lot of your story is going to be trying to figure out how to break the curse because whoever insulted the fairy is going to feel probably pretty bad about it because if people
Mhm.
mess up, they die. And so he's going, I've
Yeah.
inadvertently got a lot of blood on my hands. And so
Yeah.
he's going to need to try to figure
It could
out.
be more than one person. It doesn't have to
Right.
be one higher up. One person says it, so the fairy curses the whole
Mhm.
town. He could have come to the town and had a lot of people, make fun of him, and but still, somebody probably started it, or somebody laughed first, and
Okay, so we
Yeah.
definitely need to kill this fae.
Yeah, this, like I
This
said,
is a fae
evil
that needs
fae.
to die.
This is an evil
it's
fae.
definitely an evil fae. Is your fae your main villain, though?
Probably.
Probably.
If you're
Okay.
going to make the Fae the main villain, then it's got to be very evil.
Duh.
I mean,
Look
Yes.
at what it said here.
Yes. If
It
they
is
don't, they
evil.
die. Yes.
This is the kind of fae where you impale them through the heart, and then you throw that stake into the sun.
Okay.
We got
mm,
some passionate voices today.
And then you blow up the sun.
that would cause a lot more harm than good.
I didn't say our sun.
Anyways,
All right. So we
Uh,
have an evil fae who I think there's more to it than just they made fun of her speech, but she is but there's been tension between her and this village and she's been doing things, she's been capturing people to experiment on, she's been doing whatever and um and then when she comes in and they're obviously they're not going to like her and so this is something she could do that would curse them in a way that she can make sound like a blessing if she doesn't want to look as evil as she is because if she curses you if she goes oh well obviously you can't speak as eloquently as I can so I'm going to bless all of you to speak in rhyme and be able to speak in rhyme. There's just that little caveat that if you don't you die.
fun.
And that kind of
Yeah,
in
no,
some
that could
ways
be-
makes her a little even more creepy because here you've got somebody who looks so self-righteous and who looks so, oh, I'm going to help you.
You're saying a bit of a White Lotus
Yeah.
style fairy where
Yeah. White Lotus.
No, I'm a very gentle fairy. I would never harm a soul.
So then the question is,
I'm
who's our
just
hero?
going to make you this entire town speak in rhyme for the rest of their lives.
Okay.
Just because I'm so
Somebody
caring.
put in the comment and explain a White Lotus to people that don't get that reference.
Sorry.
Okay.
So then the question is, who should we have be our hero? Who should impale this fairy's heart?
Wow, you're killing the mail.
today.
It's moved to impale people, huh? Okay.
All right,
I
let's
spent 8 hours failing to complete an assignment. I'm in a bad mood. I want to kill someone.
How that goes, yes.
Colin!
All right.
All right.
Um,
So let's get.
who's the hero? Let's see. Probably a guy from the town.
I want to
Do
make
you
him
have
a
someone
bard.
in the town or someone from out of the town? Bard is nice.
I want to make him a bard or a poet or something. Now, by the way, this is going to be a nightmare.
to write.
Author.
Right, yes.
Yes.
Just pull up
yes.
Everything
Rhymer.com.
has to be.
No, it doesn't matter. I pull up Rhymer.com a lot. I mean, just
Yeah,
like
but there's also meter to consider.
Yes.
There's
Did
also.
it ever say anything about me?
yes,
It
but if you're
doesn't
gonna write
say
it, you gotta do
meter,
it in
but
good
it's
meter.
very nice. It's good form to
No,
write
when,
in.
when you do things though, like you write, you write a bard, and I've done this. You write a minstrel, and they've got so much where you've got to write in verse, and you spend
It
so
takes
much
a lot longer
time
to write in verse than
writing
it
those
does to
lines
write.
because Rhymer.com is constantly
I
up.
think a lot
and
of
it takes
people
some time to
would
write.
just stop
Mhm.
speaking entirely in this town.
Yeah.
That
That is very
It's
possible.
a lot easier.
Do they have to write in rhyme? Because some of them may write things down.
says the folks within must speak in verse, so you could or you couldn't. That's the problem.
Okay.
Doesn't tell.
Just
Okay,
curious.
so
But yes, it would be a very quiet town for the most
Have
part.
it's your main character's death.
how would you?
No, I like the
I
bard.
do like a bard. Does he have to
Mhm.
be from the town, or is he coming into the
We
town?
could go either way, but the bard would be more well versed in
Mhm.
being able to outwit
Yes.
fairy. Now that outwitting the fairy though doesn't put a stake through her heart.
Yes, we need to put a stake through this fairy's heart.
Okay.
Well,
And
hold on.
into her
There,
eye.
hold on. There are a few things you could do with this. One, you could have him outwit her and have her cursed in some way. But
Cursed to have a stake through her heart.
another option is if your main guy is a bard, what if you had whoever cursed this dark fairy was probably on the good side ish because of their fairies, but is probably more on the good side or could be on the good side. What if she sends an agent, a servant, to go check and see what the fairy's been up to, to go investigate because she's hearing that the dark fairy's causing more trouble. And so then you get a fairy who comes in, the girl fairy who comes in to investigate the town, and potential love story.
Yeah,
Not
I like the
necessarily.
girl fairy in the board. That would be really
The nice thing about a girl fairy is that then you can bring in some fairy magic.
Yes.
So she can bring in fairy magic to support him, but he can still be the one who, takes down
Also,
the...
one thing is he could learn that actually magic is through words
Mhm.
and through,
She could teach him magic?
through the meter. Yeah, so she
So
could
you're
teach
saying
him
he
magic.
becomes a spellcaster?
Yes,
Sure,
and
why
then in
not?
final battle.
Oh, sweet. So apparently he's now, an actual bard.
Yes.
I think a lot of these people from this town, in that case, would eventually learn magic.
Yes, and
That
that is
could
a
be
side
cool.
effect that she wasn't really thinking. I mean, obviously she would
Mhm.
know how magic works,
Mhm.
but
Well, I think it's a little more than just
Right.
singing, though, that makes
Right,
something
right.
powerful. If you're...
but I think I think when this, but
Mhm.
I think when this girl comes in, that she's like, guys,
She'll
you're
help him with
halfway
a
there
little...
to magic,
Yeah.
Well, actually, that could have been an interesting thing. It could have been that this evil fae couldn't actually just curse people, and so warped a blessing into a curse, and that's why it's this particular curse.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fun.
So now,
And so it's
Well-
technically supposed to be a blessing to help
Mhm.
people, help young fae learn magic better
Yeah.
type thing, but it's warped into a killing curse type thing because
Mhm.
humans aren't very good at rhyming.
Well, what if you had because if your bard is cursed and part of this town, when the town first gets cursed, they're probably going to be very upset, and there's probably going to be a lot of sadness, gloom, doom. Oh no, we're cursed. What will we do? What if he started writing songs to kind of lift everyone's spirits? Kind of.
and
But
giving little
as-
jingles for people when they wanted to. Here's how you ask for the salt.
Yes, but he started teaching them little jingles and going, "Hey, this isn't so bad. Now we just get to sing." And he started trying to lift people's spirits, and obviously, maybe not everyone right away went, "Oh yeah,
And a
we
few
have lived
people
on
die.
the sky." But as he's giving more people hope and they're singing his jingles, he may even stumble upon magic, or they may even stumble upon a little bit of magic on their own. And so then when the fairy girl comes here, he's like, "Hey guys, you're
Halfway there to magic.
Yeah.
Let me teach you a few things. Yeah.
let me teach you the rest." So
Okay. And
I think this will be cute.
this has some potential.
Be a pain to write though.
Oh yes.
This would be a nightmare to write.
It would be a nightmare.
I am not writing this one.
And this would be a lot. This is not one you would go heavy on the dialogue. We can do a lot more. Description and telling.
Body
Anyway,
language.
yes, you're gonna have to not go too heavy on the dialogue because this is going to be hard, just very time consuming.
Yes.
One of those things. There are certain characters that are hard to write, and
Yeah. But it could be fun.
So, but it could be very fun. Oh, I'm looking, going, if I had the time. Oh, what a challenge! It would be fun. So
How about you? Are any of you up for a challenge? Would that be fun for you? Let us know in the comments.
yeah, I want to explore this more, but we
Go
have
ahead.
a basic setting, right? No, we don't
We've got a
really
little-
have.
Oh, okay.
But we don't really have time. But we have a basic setting. We have a basic. We have
Hero,
a conflict.
we have a love
we have
interest.
a hero. We have a love
villain.
interest. We have the villain.
Yeah,
got the
if we were to
conflict.
develop this more and make it into a full story, we'd probably want to develop the magic a little more.
magic
exactly.
system would be very helpful.
Yeah, and then probably the villain's motivation's a little bit better. Like,
Yeah.
what is this evil fairy's end goal type thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
You really
Probably
need to
some
develop
kind
the
of dark
conflict
magic.
more in this,
And that's really what you need to develop most.
because one thing you need to know really with this is who is this villain? What is the relationship with her and the town before she curses them? Why is she doing this? What she wants? So the villain needs a lot more development.
Well, that's the case
Well,
with almost every
Yes,
story.
but
Yeah.
this one
What
really needs a
if
lot
you
more.
had a dark fae who was a how do you describe it? A I not like the undead type of fae, but kind of the one the group that teeters on that edge type thing.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
And so
That'd be
anyway,
fun.
Dark Fae and was trying to basically do some kind of powerful magical spell that required some some magical effect. I don't know. I haven't fully developed it.
Something
Yeah.
you could go with too is you could go with her, if she's got this whole town speaking in rhyme, and we've already said that's part of magic, then maybe she can draw off this magic, and so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so that she can get more power because she's got bigger goals than just this town.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a fae who's a fae guy who is more not like drawing the power into himself, but more drawing it into like a ritual type thing. A very slow one, but
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, you
trying
could have a ritual to do a lot
Pulling
of
it
things.
in for a big time spell.
yeah.
That
And
could
so
be-
needs needs residual magic type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is going to take a little more development, but I think we got to start on this.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
let us know what you think. Give us your
Mhm.
ideas, and we got lots of comments and lots of prompts in our hat, but we'd love to have more. So keep giving us those prompts. Thank you for all of them. We'll see you next time.